There you go. I'm gonna give Christine the phone. I'm sure she doesn't want to be in the video.
I do not.
So we are doing a live.
There's nobody here.
I know.
So maybe you should wait a minute, huh?
Maybe. You're holding the phone sideways.
I know, it's a good angle.
It's a good angle. Do I look good?
Yeah. Ooh, one person.
So we're gonna do a live stream here and just chat. You know, we're gonna be some chatty Cathys. Christine's not. But yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna talk about stuff. I got like an urge to make a video because I was watching Ryan Upchurch, and Ryan Upchurch was talking about how like he's been like drained. I don't know if that's, but he was he's been like talking about how he's just been working all the time, you know. Like in his version it's music, and my shit's been like cars, nonstop. So it's been tough for me to like, you know, enjoy my day-to-day life lately.
Oh.
And it's mental health awareness. That's what May is. So you guys should go support Slot Mechanics because they're actually selling stickers for mental health awareness. And I don't know. I just figured I'd come on here and talk about some stuff. I've been having a lot of rough days lately with just out at the shop and just being annoyed with a lot of stuff. Obviously, you guys know that like a lot of the cars that come in for tuning, they require a little bit more than tuning. But
Is this what this video is about? Because I feel like this last video was a rant video.
What last?
Your last live video was just ranting
About what? About everything?
about that.
About what?
People bring cars in and they are not good. And you have to fix them and work on them and it makes you angry.
I don't really mind it a lot of the time. Like, I don't know. And I purposely wanted Christine to be out here because she's going to be like, hey, you're talking stupid, or you're, you know. Right? But anyways, what I was saying is, like, I called you the other day, you know, and I was complaining about how I just did a twin turbo Chevelle, actually. Hopefully the heater's not too loud, because it's like blowing right at the camera, but...
Or Jumanji.
Yeah, or Jumanji in the background. Demonetized.
Sneak peek. Just a sneak peek.
So like I called Christine the other day and I was just complaining because I'm like, this freaking car is just giving me a ton of problems, and like I couldn't figure it out. It was like misfiring on 2 cylinders on one side and then 2 cylinders on another side, and I couldn't figure out why those specific cylinders weren't firing the spark plug. Like I pulled the plugs out and they were brand new. So I did everything that a normal diagnostic person would do, and I checked the injectors, I noid lighted the injector pigtails, I pulled the spark plugs, I checked spark coming out of the coils, I replaced the coils, I did compression test, everything, and nothing seemed to fix the misfire on this car, and I was just going nuts. Like, I just wanted to be home and, you know, doing stuff at home, because we actually just got a concrete driveway installed at our house, and we want to put like some dirt around the driveway because the driveway is actually a little higher than our yard now. So I wanted to, you know, just do stuff like that and just enjoy the stuff that I have worked for. And work just seems to keep getting in the way of enjoying the stuff that I'm working for. Like this fucking Integra that's sitting right in front of us that I still haven't made a video on. This car is awesome. It's like a one-of-a-kind thing. I've never had one on the channel of my own, especially with what's under the hood. And you guys would, I have started filming the video for it, And I've just been so busy with other stuff that I haven't even finished filming the video for it. And I got this car a few weeks ago. It's probably been a month now. And another example is like I went to the track last night and I couldn't, I was just like, I don't even know why I'm going to the track. I'm just going there to help other people right now, which is awesome. I love helping people at the track and I love doing that stuff. But, I don't know where I'm going. Is there anybody watching?
16 people.
Holy fuck.
16.
16? I thought you said 16. Yeah. Holy fuck. Whatever. Okay.
Nope.
What? Any questions?
People just said hello. Hello from Armando. What's up, guys? From Jeremy. Love the bikes from Stevo.
Stevo's from
Sup, buddy from Murray's Turbo Fox Body.
What do you say?
Sup, buddy.
Sup, buddy.
Big Hunter from Zaysan. I'm not sure how to say that.
Oh.
Woohoo, another live video, finally, from Scott.
Yeah, so, we just, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta try to figure out, like, how to be able to do dyno tuning and stuff, too. Like, Christine told me, she's like, well, you should just schedule 2 days a week, right? Or, like, 1 day a week on dyno tuning and stuff like that. She's shaking her head, yes. But I don't
Yes,
know.
because we talked about this last live video. Someone said, oh, it's a really good idea.
What?
Scheduling it 1 day a weekend.
2 days a week, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Christine's been a champ lately, and we filled like 7 orders tonight, and there's actually one that I forgot about that we didn't do, but she's been a great help with just trying to keep me going with orders and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not fucking talking straight right now. I don't know why.
I feel like you're not either.
I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I really don't.
Tell us about the Integra, Stevo says. You wanted to do this video at 11:50, huh?
Yeah. It's a car. It has a black hood and it's white, and I bought it from North Carolina. And it's a great car. I had to fix a ton of stuff on it, but it should be, it's ready to rip right now, but I kind of want to make it look nice. So I might actually be paying somebody to paint the car. So it'll be really nice, new paint, awesome power plant, stuff like that. So hoping in the next month or so it'll be completed-ish. So yeah, it's just a DC2 Integra. It has the ugly ass front end on it, which I'm hoping we can put, my buddy Nick actually just told me, he's like, we should put a Type R front end on it. And I'm like, yeah, that would be fucking sweet. But because this is a 94 or 95 Integra, which has the ugliest front end of like all the Integras. And that's the problem with the car. Like the body is super clean, minus the paint. And the only other thing I don't like about it, well, 1 is the paint, and 2 is the front end, because the front end on these cars kind of are ugly-ish to me. So, yeah, I don't know.
Blue Bee says, the silver Integra with no exhaust is doing well.
Silver Integra.
I did motor mounts, torque mounts, and bushings and lower control arms.
Silver Integra. Oh. The turbo one? Was it a turbo car? Silver Integra. Did I tune it? Silver Integra with no exhaust. I think that's the one that like I had to make I like made a downpipe for it while I was on the dyno. Ali Honda says, why Honda Grom for the build series? It's funny because I had a couple guys at the track last night actually ask me that same thing. And it's because I like being wide open all the time, and not because of the hat. Not because of the hat at all. But Groms, like I have like I am attracted to scooters and mini buggies and stuff that like is underpowered. hence why I got into Hondas, because like my first Honda was, you know, 120 horsepower or something like that. And it's just like you drive them harder because they're so slow. And I think that's why I like the Grom and why I like mini bikes and scooters and stuff like that, because you have to be wide fucking open to go anywhere. And I think that's why I like them. I have an Electric Glide Classic Harley. I had a Hayabusa last year. I had an R1 the year before that. I've had a ton of like Gixxers and, you know, other sport bikes and a ton of other faster bikes in general. And those bikes, like, naturally I am wide open all the time whenever I'm on a bike or anything like that. And it's a lot more dangerous to be wide open on something that has fucking a ton of horsepower because, well, they're dangerous and whatever. So when you're on a Grom, especially like a stock Grom, you know, they do like 60 miles an hour tapped out, like if you're really trying. And they're just fun to just try to squeeze every little bit of power out of them. And that's kind of why I like Groms and I like riding fucking slow shit like that. And then when I want to go fast and I actually want horsepower, I'm going to go all out and I'm going to build a drag car. And I'm going to go really freaking fast. That's kind of, you know, that's kind of the way I think of it.
So Blue Bee says yes, that's the one the car that you're talking about.
Yes.
He ran 14.2 at Gray Lakes.
Nice. Good start. Good start.
Theodore Barnes says, when are we going to see videos of the Mustang?
That is a kind of a touchy subject just because I'm going to kind of go off a little bit here and just say that it's really tough to stay motivated on a project when it sits or when you have to get when it takes time to get parts or anything like that. And I bought that car while I still had the Chev Stang, so my red Fox body that you guys know, hopefully you know. If you don't, you should watch the videos. I bought that car while I had that, and my initial plan was to maybe just transfer the power plant into the new car, but I wanted to just redo the setup in general. So I sold the red Mustang, and I had my new SN95 Mustang kind of sitting there waiting. So I had like a month or two period or 3 month period of owning that car and having it sit because I still had a car ready to go. So it was sitting there, and then after that I had to order parts for it. So I started ordering all these parts, got the engine built. The engine builder took, I want to say, like 4 months to get the engine built. And then after that I had to wait like 3 months for my intercooler and intake manifold. So like there was like a 6 month period there just like waiting on engine builder, waiting on parts, all this stuff. And Matt Happel says from Sloppy Mechanics, he mentioned somewhere saying like the longer the project sits like idling, you know, without working on it or paying attention to it, the less motivation you have towards that project. And I can't see that more true with a lot of the stuff that I've been doing lately, because my new Mustang has been sitting, just waiting on parts, waiting on this, waiting on that, waiting on this, waiting on that. And now I have the engine built, I have the intercooler, I have all the parts to put it together, I have the transmission, I have the converter, everything's kind of ready. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a roll cage in this car, so because when I know I get the car out to the drag strip for the first time, I'm gonna go for the fences swinging. I want the first pass in that car to be like a bottom 9, and I want to just go fast right away, right out of the gate. So I figured put a roll cage in it. The guy that put the roll cage in has also been, I'm not saying that it's him in general, but it's just been taking a lot longer to even get a roll cage in the car. I've been waiting on a cage now for like 3 months. And I actually went to go look at the car last weekend and take matters into my own hands, and I actually went to his shop, started wrenching on it. That was the last video of that car that's on the channel right now. I went out to his shop and started taking matters into my own hands and started doing stuff myself, because a lot of the stuff I notice whenever I rely on other people to do stuff for me, it either takes really long or it's not the outcome that I want. And yeah, so it's just been taking a while. So last week we went out there and said I could probably come pick it up this weekend, which is today or yesterday or tomorrow, and I don't think it's going to be done. Still waiting on, like, we put an aftermarket steering shaft in the car, we're mounting the fuel cell, the cage is done, but like a lot of other stuff are still, I'm waiting on him to help me with the stuff because I feel like it's kind of what I ordered per se from him. We did some you know, trading back and forth of like he's gonna do this work for me and I'm gonna do this work for him, kind of thing. And it's just been a process, and it's just been taking a long time. It sucks because obviously I'm not doing this stuff myself because I don't have the time, because I have all these other people that are wanting me to help them with their cars. So I can't focus on my own stuff. So that's why it's taking a lot longer. A lot of you know me for putting projects together and doing stuff fairly quick. Like I remember when I was at my dad's garage, like I would put a Honda together in a week or like 2 weeks. And I know the Mustang, like we did a cage, we did a whole ton of shit in like a week's time or 2 weeks time. And I normally could do that kind of stuff, but I can't when I have all this other stuff going on, which I've never had in my entire life. I've never had this much like responsibility and stuff like that going on, where like I have to fill website orders all the time. I have to respond to people and schedule people for dynoing, and then when I don't respond to people or it takes 5 days to get an order out, I just get people barking down my ear, complaining like, you know, it's taking too long or this or that or whatever. And then on top of that, just trying to live and redo my house, and we put a concrete driveway in. I already talked about that, but like I want to do that kind of stuff, and it just, you know, it takes longer to do that stuff. So I haven't been able to focus on that kind of stuff, and I also haven't been able to focus on making videos, which sucks because I want to make a video on this Integra, which I've already started. I want to make more videos on the Grom because I put 500 miles on this bike already. I took it to the drag strip. It made over triple stock horsepower. It rips. It goes super fast. Not super fast.
Then in conclusion, you need to pick something and then you need to focus on it. If you want to make more videos, then concentrate on YouTube, like, concentrate on your projects, and then
I like my nice guy instinct always kicks in, and I'm like, oh, I really should help this guy because he's a great guy, and I want to help him succeed with his stuff. And then when I do, I'm like, fuck, now I took all this time away from myself, you know, and I haven't been able to focus on myself. And when I started this whole live stream right now, I mentioned that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I feel like I just need to focus on myself for like a week, 1 fucking week. And I talked to a really close buddy of mine, and he's like, man, you should just get off your phone. You should just get off the phone, get off YouTube, get off Facebook, get all this stuff. And I'd love to do that, but I tried to for a day, and I made it an hour, and I was immediately back on my phone checking messages and responding to people and helping people out and whatever else.
EJ says, yes, more Grom videos. Marcus says, yes, type R front end for sure. The front end looks better with the lip.
And you don't want to know. I've seen a lot of things. Felt them on my face too.
Blue Bee gave you $3. Shout out to him.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Go ahead. Last it up.
Love how Hondas are Legos. All parts are interchangeable.
Sometimes they are. Unless you're trying to swap cable transmission parts into a hydro transmission, and then that's all you have at your dad's garage. Then you just do it with whatever you have, and then you put the wrong gears in the transmission, you put it all together, and then I had this time where like in one day I had the transmission in and out of my car like 3 times because I was trying to use what I had with Legos and it didn't work. But, yeah.
If you ever want to see RX again, Hunter, let me know. From Zeson. Glad to hear from you. Was getting worried. From JGC.
Maybe we'll get another CRX one day. I wish the power plant that was in this Integra was in a CRX.
Blue Bee asks, what's your plan for the Integra?
I'd like to go 10s with it, possibly. Possibly, I'm not sure. Maybe turbo, maybe not. This car is a K-swap. It's a K24 A2. Makes over 250 horsepower naturally aspirated. on E85.
Maybe you should take a little sip of some wine.
Yeah, no shit. I feel like that's almost drier. Wine is dry.
Not all of it.
I think wine's kind of dry. But yeah, anyways, that's just kind of what I've been doing and what I've been thinking about.
Wow, we lost 4 people from you taking a sip of that wine.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it. It just seems like everybody's out to get me lately.
Well, Boosted DC2 said always whining, so.
I mean, it's kind of true.
What are you looking at?
I bet you about everything.
Do a budget K-swap CRX, says James North.
I would love to, but budget and K-swap aren't exactly in the same sentence a lot of times because harnesses and K-Pro alone is $1,000. You got to buy the ECU to control the car, and if you guys don't know, like Honda ECUs are at a pretty big shortage right now because everybody's buying it, all of them. So, I mean, a normal chipped ECU, I don't even sell them anymore because I used to sell them for $200 and I can't even buy them for $200. If you guys want chipped ECUs, I always tell people to go to Jason Waters. He charges $250, but he's got them. He's got them in stock and they're ready to go.
David says, you know that stress will kill you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to focus on my. That's why I want to focus on myself a little bit more so I don't fucking die, because I feel like my heart has issues and like conditions where when I'm stressed, especially, I just feel like my heart's off. I just have this off feeling with my body. And like I got sick like last week and I was like, man, I really need to kind of change what I'm doing because I don't want that stress to fucking kill me, you know? And at the end of the day, like, is all the business really worth it? Is it worth the stress and the shortage of my life, really? Because the more stressed out you are, the more, the harder it is on your body, really.
Well, like JGC says, be selfish because without your mental health, nothing else can happen.
Yeah, and Ryan Upchurch, I was talking about at the beginning of this video, he also mentioned that he wishes that, like, he just had fucking nothing to worry about and he could just, because the best this is what he said. He said the best content is the content that I'm enjoying. So like if I'm actually enjoying doing something and we're filming it, it's a lot better content than it is just like a job. And that's what a lot of this has turned into, is a job, which obviously I want to make money doing this. That's why I have the shop and the dyno and the website and stuff like that. I want to make money doing this stuff, but I also want to enjoy cars in general because personally, I've wanted to avoid cars like the fucking plague lately. That's why we went snowmobiling all winter and I bought a jet boat and I've been doing yard work and, you know.
And Groms.
And Groms, that's why we bought the Groms, because I've been trying to avoid cars like the fucking plague, because...
Or like COVID.
Or like, yeah, I shouldn't say the plague, I've been trying to avoid fucking cars like COVID. And it's just because it's all I do when I go to work, so... Obviously, I don't know what you guys do for work, but if you work on cars every day, it's a lot harder to come home and work on cars, of your own even. It's a lot harder because... You know, just like if you eat the same fucking chocolate bar every day, you're gonna get sick of that chocolate bar and say, oh, I want a fucking Almond Joy today.
Or get diabetes.
Or that, yeah.
What intercooler kits do you normally go with for your Honda builds?
I just get either the universal 3-inch kit. There's a couple kits on eBay that are 2.5 inch and they don't go through the fender well. They don't come out over here, they go...
Oh, I didn't.
Inside of the frame rail. They go on the inside of the frame rail and then they wrap around. I know Access Power makes a 3-inch kit that I use sometimes. Otherwise, if you get a universal kit, you can kind of piece together the stuff on your own. Cut the pipes where you need it. You know, use the couplers and clamps that they give you. They give you too many, so you're going to end up with extra. Otherwise, there's a couple specific Honda kits on eBay. They all work pretty good. Some of them take minor trimming and cutting and finessing to make work, but for the most part, I just get the shit on eBay aluminum piping is aluminum piping, whether you're paying $1,000 for it or $100, doesn't really matter.
Should I start building my car now before the law for modified cars goes into effect in Minnesota?
I don't know if that shit's really gonna stick, to be honest. I know the EPA's been kind of fighting, like, trying to get modified cars and, you know, a lot of this EPA shit. They've been trying to do this for years. Maybe eventually it'll stick, but, man, there's way too many people that are into cars.
Yo, just ordered a set of Snake Eater 1000cc injectors because of you. Any thoughts on them?
I'll be straight up with you guys right now because we're just on this fucking live stream and it's probably 20 minutes deep.
Or 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes. I told Christine we only do this. The Snake Eater injectors, they're good for the money. I'll tell you that. If you're gonna order a set of thousands, if I have the flex fuel style injectors in stock, there's really no other option for the money that's gonna beat it. Because, and I'm not just trying to plug my shit because, quite frankly, like I just get annoyed sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I got so many orders, but there's really no better option than the flex style HunterTuned injectors for the money because lately I've seen a ton of issues with the Snake Eater stuff, whether they're locking up. I've had numerous sets come to the dyno lately that have all locked up or they didn't work. I did have a couple sets of them that worked good for me and they worked for a while, but every single set that I've gotten from him have eventually failed. And I sold the Mustang with what I thought was the best set of Snake Eaters I had in there. And the guy that was running my car, my old car, last week, he actually had one of them lock up and bent a rod in the motor. So, I mean, Snake Eaters, like I said, they're good for the money. But at the end of the day, I think there's still a little bit of R&D that is getting worked through with them. Like I said, they work. But I have a set here right now, and I think they're like 25% variance between 4 of them, and it is what it is.
Stoneburger Speed Shop says, just film what you want to do, then just take a step back. We are here anyways, either way. Thank you. He also says, would you prefer a small turbo B series that you can daily or a big turbo stock block B series for track days? Thinking of going smaller this time as my old school Garrett 61 is due for a rebuild.
I had a Garrett 60-1.
Oh, am I supposed to say the dash? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I knew that and I didn't look. But I had a Garrett 60-1 on an LS VTEC and I went 1050s with it. 1050 at 135 my clockwork. Every fucking pass. And that turbo was great. It capped out at like 450. And nowadays there's such better turbos on the market that can cap at like 450 or 500 wheel and will spool decades faster. So like a 3071 or a 3076. Anyways, to answer your question, I would go with a smaller turbo because they're just more fucking fun, plain and simple. Like the bigger turbo stuff is cool, but it's a lot more fun to have that punch down low and in the mid range. And if you get a good turbo, it's gonna carry through the high end RPM too. It's gonna just make power everywhere. Where a big turbo on a stock block, you're really not gonna be able to utilize the top end power of that turbo, that big turbo, on a stock block because you're limited to the fucking parts in the motor. So I would go with a smaller turbo for street style stuff. I always tell people, get the smallest turbo for your power goal possible. So if your goal is 450 or 400 horse, get a turbo that maxes at 450 or 500. Don't get a turbo that maxes at 700 because you're wasting all that spool time and all that usable RPM.
Is M Beagie, is that Michael?
Yeah.
Oh, he just gave you $10 and said, just wanted to say hello, hello, hello. Oh.
He actually called me, I never called him back.
Well, that's rude.
I'm sorry, Michael. I appreciate that though. Thank you.
Murray says it's way harder to work on cars after work since it's my job, but I'm glad I don't,
dude,
but
like, yeah.
But I'm glad I don't work on race cars every day.
Yeah, because then you don't want to go build your race fucking car, man. Like, I'd rather work on fucking brakes all day. And then come home and be like, oh, I wish I worked on race cars all day. Because that's what I used to think. I changed oil for a while, and I did all this other stuff, and I'd come home and be like, yes, I can't wait to bolt the turbo on. You know, or something like that. So, yeah, it's definitely a lot harder to fucking want to build race cars of your own when you work on them all day.
Oh, Michael said, yeah, my diff broke in the SI.
I heard. Trevor told me. What the fuck were you doing? How'd you break it? That sucks, man. That sucks. I got a tranny right here. I got a tranny in this fucking car right here. And it shifts fucking great. I'm pretty happy, actually.
Would eBay ITR style Nippon / YCP 81mm Pistons be good for a basic GSR setup?
A basic GSR turbo, it's an NA. I use those Nippon Pistons all the time. I use Nippon or the
Nippon.
the Nippon or the there's another one on eBay that's cheap.
Well, he said
YCP.
that's what he said / YCP.
Yeah, they're great. They work good. It's funny because my Barney Civic actually had a set of those in it, and I made 650 wheel horsepower, and the sleeve cracked before the piston broke. So they work good.
I don't know. This has to do with when you were talking about that Garrett 60-1. Stoneberger said that's what I was thinking, a newer like GT30/35.
Yeah, I mean a GT35, like I wish fucking I would have known what I know now when Michael built his single cam, because Michael put a 35R on his single cam, and I wish he would have put like a 3071 or a 3076 or the 5855 from my website on it, because you just have a lot more usable power, and usable power is faster than power just at the peak. So that's just a thing where, you know, especially if you guys are racing it, if you shift and you fall out of power, the guy next to you is going to start getting ahead of you. Where if you shift and you're falling into good power still, that's what you got to think about. You got to have usable horsepower, not just power at the peak or only in the middle or whatever. So it's actually better to have more power in the middle and less at the top if you're drag racing and can actually hook up and all that stuff. But yeah.
Michael said, just trying to get dinner and it started sounding like a cart and a bike wheel. Legit normal driving.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, man. Maybe all the fucking fourth gear grinding that you did on that tranny had enough shavings built up where it got in one of the bearings, and one of the bearings started to lock up on the diff or whatever, and then the bearing shredded or exploded because of the metal that was in the bearing from you grinding it all the time and just driving it. You know what I mean? That kind of makes sense.
Can we pause for a second? Does anybody love this movie as much as I do, or is it just me? I really need to know. Do you like this movie as much as I do?
You know, it's not a bad movie, but when we watch it, I think we've seen this movie probably 24 times in the last 2 months.
But I went between 1 and 2 though, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Jumanji 1 and Jumanji 2, there's a little bit of a difference there, but, you know, I don't know. I love Kevin Hart, and I love The Rock, and I also love, what's the other one I like?
Huh?
Do I like any other characters?
In this movie?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I like the redhead chick.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't even know her name.
Don't.
The Rat says, hey Hunter, what do you think about the VTEC 4200, the engine Calvin Nelson has been messing with?
I can't say I know a lot about them other than I think they have timing chain issues, but I'm speaking from no experience or knowledge at all on them. I know that I've had to replace one of those engines at one point, but I think they are a decent engine nonetheless. I don't, you know, and that's the thing too, is I think a lot of engines are good. It's just how people take care of them. And a lot of, like, say like, oh, fucking minivans get a bad rap, or engines that are in Dodge Caravans get a bad rap, because the people that drive those fucking Caravans never change the oil. They just drive the piss out of them all day long, or they drive them from here to school and back, never fully warm it up. You know, like it's just you gotta treat your car how you want it to treat you. So you gotta just kind of do that if you want any engine to last, because you gotta think any engine that's built nowadays is built with some thought. It's not like you're gonna get some pile of junk. It's had some research and development put into it. No matter if it's a Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, Nissan, whatever, they're all good. You just have to treat them with kindness, you know, and treat them with respect.
Chris S. gave you $5. And he said, Jesus, bud, what rocket fuel are you drinking to be live streaming this late? Well, I kind of have him on a night shift schedule because I work nights.
Yeah, Christine is a third shifter, and I've kind of, even before she started her third shift job, I was always kind of a night owl. I always seemed to work better at night for some reason. Like, I just like can finally come to peace with myself once the sun goes down. Actually, it's not even when the sun goes down, but like after midnight, I start to finally decompress and just kind of let everything go. And I feel like that's why I stay up at night, because all day I'm fucking ripping at 100 miles an hour, life wide open, and just fucking can't slow down. So once this kind of time rolls around at night, I can finally decompress, and I feel like that's kind of why I'm a night owl, because I just think clearer at night a lot of times. I can relax at night.
AQ Performance says K24A2 on a GT 3076 eBay. Spool's late near 5500. I want early spool. Should I buy dual ball bearing version of GT 3076 or a GT 3071? I literally feel like I just read French.
Is that 3076 for me? Or is that a different 3076? Because a 3076 on a K24 should spool fucking immediately. And if it's not, then I would look into, check the shaft on the turbo, make sure that it doesn't have excessive play, make sure it spins freely, make sure that you have the right oil supply and return to and from the turbo, -3 AN line only for a journal bearing, and 10 AN return line. Oil flow in and out is huge for turbo speed and getting something to start working right. If it's not lubricated good, it's not going to spin freely. And boost leaks and wastegate operation is a huge thing too. So if the wastegate is cracking open for some reason, or it leaks, or you have an exhaust leak before the turbo, or boost leak, or blow-off valve could be leaking that you don't know about. All those things are to come into consideration. Also air fuel and timing before spool up. You got to make sure that you have a good amount of ignition in it and a good air fuel on your tune-up to make sure that the spool rates and everything like that is also going to be good. Another thing too, if you haven't watched my videos and kind of caught along with this, exhaust restriction is a huge thing on turbo cars. So if the turbo is restricted after it, you know, the exhaust leaves the turbo, say you have a 2-inch exhaust or a 2.5-inch exhaust leaving that turbo, it's going to lag. Where you have to have a big wide open exhaust, and big mufflers, resonators, catalytic converters, all that kind of shit, it slows the turbo down. You gotta have wide open exhaust, all those other shit I talked about, and that turbo should fucking light immediately. Not immediately, but you should have full boost by like $4 grand, 4,500, easy. That makes sense? Did I just go on a tangent? I'm sorry.
I was just thinking. Sorry. No, I was in my head. Hi, hybrid, 89 hybrid.
Hi.
He said hi to me. But he did say my VS Racing 3076 rocks, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cause them fucking turbos, man, they work really good. I don't sell products that I don't believe in or I don't personally use myself. So.
Silver Bullet said, thanks for the honest opinion on the snake eater injectors. I already paid for them, so hope they work well. And if anything happens, he has that 1-year warranty, so I'll send him back.
That's cool, man. I feel like he, you know, obviously he's trying to do good for the community, and I'm not bad talking him at all. I've just seen issues with them lately. So it's all about research and development, you know. It's gotta,
Robert G. Vang says, nice, thanks for the pro tips. Stay awesome, Hunter.
Thank you.
89 Hybrid. Never seen Jumanji. Really should watch it. It's so funny. See, yeah, they're hilarious. Great movie. Watch it 10 times. See, they know what's up. I will say that, though. Chris Smith, is that rude to shout out someone's last name? Christine, don't make me have your mom tell everybody the Pioneer Princess story about me nearly falling off. That's why I'm like, is this Chris Smith? The Pioneer Princess? Like a field trip we took in elementary school?
What?
That's why I'm like, is this Chris Smith? Do I know who this is?
You know who he is or something?
Yeah, like Tiffany Smith's brother?
Oh, really?
Right? Because who else would know about the Pioneer Princess?
Did you almost fall off?
That's what I'm saying about him nearly falling off.
Did he?
I don't know. But I feel like the Pioneer Princess is a thing.
Yeah, it used to be a thing. It's not a thing anymore.
So is it rude? I just said his last name.
I hope not.
And sorry if that offends you, but I feel like that's a very
No
common
offense,
name.
Chris Smith, but it's pretty
But there's
common.
probably like a lot of them out there. Just built my first ever B20V. Everything seems fine. Only thing worried about is if I let the motor sit for a minute or two, the crank is initially hard to turn, then it spins freely. Any thoughts on this? Dirty DJDM wants to know.
Well, if you just built it,
Can I have my wine?
I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but a lot of times when the crank is hard to turn, it's because one of the caps is on backwards or on the wrong cylinder. It could be a rod cap or a main cap. A lot of times when you put the cap on the wrong way or on the wrong hole or the wrong orientation, it can cause that. Another way is just like too tight of a clearance on one bearing. Could cause that. It also could be that something in the cylinder head with the camshafts or something like that. I mean, if you just check clearances on caps, make sure the caps are on the right way with the motor. If it ain't fucking knocking and it ain't pouring shavings into the oil pan, just fucking send it.
Jack Black is a fool too, yeah. See, I was never really a big Jack Black fan until this movie. And I think
I'm
he's
not really that big of a fan of him.
I think he is so funny how he plays Bethany.
I still don't think it's funny because every time I go to Walmart, they have this fucking playing in like the entertainment center of Walmart. They always have Jumanji.
Because it's good and they know it'll reel people in to buy the TV. It is that Chris. Well, hello, Chris. Long time no talk. If you're ever hanging out with my brother, let me know. Yeah, he's my brother's friend. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's a beautiful Harley behind you, Hunter, says Murray.
Hey, you know what's a funny story?
That it took you all day to change the oil?
Okay. I actually have to tell the story about this fucking beautiful Harley back here is because I bought this beautiful Harley last year, mainly because Trevor got a Harley, and I'm like, all right, I can't ride my fucking, I don't even know what I had last year. I had a V-Star or something. Like, I gotta get a Harley, so I bought this Harley from a guy, and I didn't pay him all the money because he didn't have the title that day. He said he had to mail for it and wait for it in the mail to get it. So I was just like, hey, whatever, this guy seems like a straight shooter. I'll give you $1,000 down, and then I'll take the Harley, you mail me the title, and then I'll give you the rest of the money. Well, needless to say, it's been a fucking year since I gave him that $1,000 and he told me he was going to get me the title. Well, needless to say, he never got me the fucking title because there was a lien on the title. So I've been doing research and development for the last month or two in trying to figure out where the lien was. I ended up finding out the place where the lien was, and I ended up paying the lien off. Do you need more?
No, you can just put it on the ground.
And I ended up going to pay this guy's lien off for him, and then going through a whole ton of hoops to figure out the owner's name that was on the title, blah, 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 blah. Finally, I get a hold of this guy's wife, and she was super cool, understanding, because the dude actually quit talking to me about the title. Like, he quit responding to me and all this shit. So I somehow got a hold of his wife and then ended up getting a title from her and told her the whole story. And now I finally, after a fucking year, have a title for this bike, which, by the way, we should need to register because I still haven't transferred it in my one.
So we should do that.
Yeah.
What chamber?
I also changed all the fluids on the bike. I changed the primary oil, the tranny oil, and the engine oil. And it literally took me fucking 3 hours to change all the fluids on it because I'm like, what fucking plug pulls this? What plug?
Yeah, Michael does say, where's the drain plug?
Yeah, there's a drain plug here, there's a drain plug here, there's a drain plug there. You fill it from here, then you pull that plug to fill that from there, and all this shit. And it literally took me 30 fucking minutes to get the oil filter off because I don't have a tool. I didn't have an oil filter tool here. And I'm like fucking jamming screwdrivers in it, and the frame is in the way, and then the block's in the way. Harleys, fuck working on them. Riding them all day. They're comfy as fuck. And also, fuck moving Harleys in a tight confined space. And if you have to move a Harley like around your garage when you have back pain and all this other shit, you can't maneuver the thing because it's heavy as fuck. I've dropped that bike before. You can't tell, but I have dropped it. But I tell you, when you're cruising on the back road, whew, there's no better fucking comfier couch to ride than that thing.
89 Hybrid gave you $5, and he said,
fucking thanks for all the donation, guys. I'm not asking for none of it, but thank you very much. I feel like there's been quite a few of them.
There has been.
Thank you, guys.
What chamber and toe setup do you run on your Hondas for drag?
Camber and toe. Chamber?
It says chamber. So maybe it was an accidental
drag.
H. I'm just reading what it says.
Drag Honda?
It says what chamber and toe setup do you run on your Hondas? And then the next thing says for drag. So.
Okay, for drag. Okay, that's what I was at. Yeah. Okay, thank you for
So probably camber, but I'm just reading what it says.
So camber, I usually run a degree negative, 1 degree negative in camber, and about a half a degree toe in, maybe a degree toe in. You want to be towed in, and you want to be cambered in, because when you launch or apply power, it's going to straighten the wheels, which will flatten the tire and get your most contact patch, and it's going to pull the wheels straight when you launch, because the way the front wheel drive setup works, all the control arm bushings and stuff, they're all going to stretch to their fucking the max amount the bushing is going to allow, and it's just going to go just straight right down the track. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. Toe it in just a smidge and tip it in just a smidge.
And those are exact measurements.
1 degree of camber. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If you really want to be like, you know, super fucking anal about it, you can sit in the car while you're doing the alignment, have them tow it in, and then lift up on the front end while you're in it and see if it'll go to 0 when they push up on the suspension. That's the definite way to do it, but...
Oh, gosh.
What?
I just think I'm funny. Michael says, 4th, only been grinding for 3 years. Still goes into gear. 6-speed LSD trans, 1,000 down the drain, but found one.
Oh, there you go.
Is Kristen getting a race car? You know, no, I am not. And here is why 89 Hybrid is because Hunter doesn't have the patience to teach me. We learned this lesson during these little guys here. Because I said, you know what, teach me and I will do my own modifications. And that ended with the exhaust. Because he did not have the patience to teach me. We got into a little fight about it because he just is not patient. Like, not at all. He just gets so angry because it takes me, 20 minutes to use a ratchet.
Yes. I'm really trying to get better at that with, like, just having patience for... Even, like, I'm guilty with this with even, like, some of my buddies that are working on cars. Half the time I'm just like, they're working on something or I'm telling them how to do something and I'm watching them do it and I'm just like, dude, just fucking watch. Just watch me do it because I'm going to get it done and then we can look at it and explain it. You know,
It's not the same thing, though.
I'm way better at explaining to somebody how to do something, but while I'm like watching them do it, it just fucking kills me. Like I just have to get it done now instead of sit here and just watch. Like it's like watching paint dry to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that. Christina's extremely smart. You are extremely smart.
Okay,
really
thanks.
And
Thanks.
I know that you can learn this stuff. It's just, it just kills me because I know that we could get it done in 5 minutes instead of 20. And I just feel like I could do it real quick and then teach you about it after. I'd rather do that.
That's not though. Like I
know you're
I need to do it. I'm not gonna learn unless I do. You know?
I know.
Okay.
And I'm the same exact fucking way. I can't really learn unless I do too. But I feel like I should just give you a fucking wrench, let you fuck it up, and then you're really gonna learn. Because that's how I've learned everything I know. You know?
Too old to learn.
Fuck, I didn't tighten the wheel and it fell off and I scraped my knee on the ground. I'm never gonna remember, or I'm always gonna remember to tighten the wheel again.
I'm too old to learn.
You are?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Ginger Squatch. Squatch? Hey guys.
Beer or something?
No, I did not want a beer.
Do you want wine?
I really want some water.
Do you want water? I'll get you
Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm
water.
parched. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it.
I know Hunter is not a wino, and I'm not even a wino, but I'm
Her
trying to cut back.
Her drug of choice is vodka.
is vodka. But sometimes I feel like wine just is better for you. So I feel like
I feel like wine is healthy.
and it's like more socially acceptable to be like, I'm having a glass of wine instead of, oh, I'm going home to have a vodka. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's actually funny. I actually took most of the week off from drinking, which was a pretty big accomplishment for me because, well, I'm kind of an alcoholic.
No, don't say
I mean, I'm not like a fucking raging alcoholic, but I drink quite often. And a lot of, I told Christine this.
We'll put this $28 towards your rehab.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Because someone, people donated $28. I said we'll put it towards rehab. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No. But
too far.
I was complaining to Christine the other day, and I'm like, this is why I fucking come home and drink. Because
Me?
No, not you, but like the cars. Like,
Oh.
I'm working on cars, and people bring me stuff, and it ends up not going the way that I thought, and stuff just happens, and then I get upset and I get mad and I go drink.
Oh, I said Ginger Squatch said, hey guys, what are your thoughts on building a turbo 97 Civic for road course racing or daily driver?
Road course racer or
Slash. It's a slash daily driver.
I mean, what engine do you have? Do you want to go turbocharged? Road racing it depends on the type of course that you're on. If there's a lot of turns and not a lot of straights, I would stick with something NA probably. If you have a lot, more straightaways, maybe turbo would work. I don't know. Anyways, typically road race stuff, you just want to make a lot of torque. You want to have a lot of that exit speed. You want to have that exit speed leaving the corner with horsepower at your fucking foot.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chris, I can't believe you spelled my name wrong. You've known me since I was in kindergarten. But he said it was autocorrect and he was too drunk to fight it. What power can the VS62, is it 6262 or I say 6262?
Either or.
Okay.
You are correct in both ways.
Okay. Make on a fully built B18C.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I had a 6262 or 6262 on my B16 swapped B18, the hacked together LS VTEC that I had. And I did not max that turbo out and I made 650 wheel. I would think that turbo would completely max out around 750. I wouldn't think 800 would be out of the realm, but it would be falling at that power for sure. And obviously that's going to be like capped at that kind of power. But I think you could make a fairly reliable 700, 650, 700-ish horsepower.
I'm going to skip to this one quick because Eddie Cadillo Gave you $10. And he said, building a high comp P29 Z6 and an LS VTEC. Would you recommend the Chris Boyette block filler kit for the B series? Any thoughts and ideas would help. Thanks.
Okay, so any sort of block filler, I've done DevCon and I've done the Chris Boyette stuff. I have cracked sleeves with both fillers. I cracked a sleeve with the DevCon. I've cracked a sleeve with the Chris Boyette filler. I've done it both. And the only way that I tell people, if they don't want to crack sleeves and they want to stay stock sleeve, CSS is literally the only way. It sucks. The block filler helps. So like say your stock sleeve will take 450 wheel horsepower. With block filler, we'll take 550. You'll add maybe 100 horsepower of strength and rigidity. And if you want to hold like 800 or 900 horsepower, CSS is the way to go, for sure. But both the block fillers, I would say, are the same. Whether it's DevCon or the Chris Boyette stuff, it's putty at the end of the day. It's nothing special between either one of them. It's not metal. It's not real metal at the end of the day, so there's still some sort of movement there. And I think, like I said, that's why CSS is the top contender, because it's a machined piece of metal that's perfectly inserted into the sleeves. And that's why CSS can hold more power than block fillers or block guards. Yeah, hopefully that helps.
Also, are you asking if I want a water because your beer's empty and you want to get one for yourself?
Yeah, I would like a, no. The Bucks won tonight. That's cool.
They did.
Yeah, there's nothing left here.
I would really like to watch Jumanji #2, but I would have to pay for that. It's not on Hulu.
Do I look okay? I feel like you're filming me and I don't even know what I'm looking like.
You look fine. You can see your little Tom. You can see Bart. Oh.
Yeah. Thank you to all the people that have ordered on the website. I'm gonna give y'all a plug quick. Bo Rivers.
Oh, just this set of people? That's kind of rude.
Peter. I feel like, I don't know if I should do that during my videos and be like, hey, thanks to all the people that ordered every video. I'd be like, hey, since my last video, thanks to all these people that have ordered on my website. Me and Christine have been pounding out orders. I really fucking can't thank her enough. Thank you, babe, for helping me. Honestly, she's super fucking helpful with doing these website orders, because it saves me a ton of time. And I thank her very much for helping. So
You're welcome.
Grab her a water for all thanks.
Have you used the B20 Nippon? Is it Nippon? Nippon? Nippon?
Yeah.
Just Nippon sounds weird.
Pistons?
Have you used the B20 Nippon Pistons and Scat H-beam rod combo before? Thinking about doing a beater CRX build myself. Can you open it?
Yes. It works great. I think we had covered that actually earlier in the live stream, and they work great.
Thank you.
I cracked a sleeve at 650 wheel horsepower with those pistons, and the sleeve failed before the piston. So I'm gonna pee quick, and then we're gonna end this thing off here in a couple minutes.
Well, I gotta make sure we have everything covered.
Just throw them out there real quick, and then because I told Christine this was only gonna be 20 minutes, and it's probably been a lot longer.
58.
Yeah, it's been an hour. So I'm gonna go to the DMV quick, drink the main vein, and I'll be right back. You guys should just talk to Christine for like 2 minutes here.
I don't.
She doesn't want to talk.
Well, I guess just ask your questions, and I'll read them to him when he gets back. Taking a shot of Everclear. I really want to watch Jumanji too, but this is what's on after Jumanji, and I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. See, Michael likes his vodka too, but I'm trying to cut back though. But I do not drink that often. It makes it seem like I drink a lot, but I don't. I kind of actually want to watch this movie. I feel like I know what it is. Is it like, what is this called? I don't know, but I kind of want to watch it.
I'm back.
What VS turbo do you recommend from your site to push a rod piston combo for a turbo GSR 350 to 400 horsepower?
The 5855.
Learned so much tuning from your videos. I tried sending $10, but YouTube says feature not available in my region, Pakistan. Well, that's okay.
Pakistan.
AQ
Wow.
Performance. We just appreciate you watching.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very much. Thank you.
Say, I nearly fell off. She tells me the story every time Corey and I are in close proximity. I need to hear that story again, Chris, because I do not remember. I remember the Pioneer Princess, but I don't remember that story.
Your brother will probably call you tomorrow.
I know. Silver
I didn't know
Bullet.
he watched my videos.
I didn't either.
If he does, I don't know if he does. But.
Silver Bullet says, yeah, that's 3076 on a K24. Should spool super fast. My car is a 2.3 Ford Focus with a 358 2R, and it hits full boost before 4,000 RPM, and that's 20 PSI plus. So Hunter is 100% right. Check everything on the setup. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Weekend moto vlog cruise. Ooh, maybe that's something you should do.
Who said that?
Chris.
Steve-O?
No, Chris.
Oh, Chris, your brother's son?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually got a ton of stuff to do moto vlogging, but it's just, I don't know. It's kind of a hassle to like set it all up in the helmet and all that, but I will do it, I think, at some point.
I think you should. Murray said hour a hole. I don't know what that means.
Hour what?
Hour a hole?
Hour?
It could have been responding to something we were saying before, but I don't know.
Murray's the guy I talk to all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, oh, I'm talking to Murray.
I have dropped mine also, so heavy.
Murray said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are fucking heavy. But I tell you what, Christine loves it.
I really
It's like-
do.
it's
It's so
three-quarters of the reason I'm
comfortable. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really like it a
I don't
lot.
want to keep it because I could probably fucking sell it
know.
for twice what I got into.
I like it. The wind in my hair.
If I can post this thing and I'll post it for a ridiculously high price, and if somebody pays it, I got it.
No, don't get me wrong. I like to Grom, but I like to be on the back and do nothing.
So would I. So would I.
Good info. Thanks. Here from North Carolina. I need a tune.
This car was also from North Carolina.
From Derek Glenn says he needs a tune. I said it like that because of how he spelled it. A tune.
He's from North Carolina and needs a tune?
Yeah. Well, currently on Hunter's website, we have remote tuning available. Was that funny?
I don't like remote tuning.
Still
I do
on,
not like remote
it's still on your website.
You want to know why I don't like remote tuning? Is because, just for an example, I did a remote tune for a guy last week and said, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to tune it. I'm going to tune it anyways and just see how it goes. And the dude's got like half the time the car has issues just like all the cars that come to the dyno. And it's a little bit harder to diagnose them over remote tuning. And convincing the person that, hey, this is wrong with the car, and then they're like, no, it's the tune, it's the tune, it's the tune. And they don't listen to what I'm saying, you know? So, that's annoying. Or tell them that they need to fix this, and then, yeah, whatever.
Okay, good night, Michael. His allergy meds are kicking in.
Yeah, see you later, bro.
Hold on. Ooh. What is the coolest sleeper that you have ever worked on? Looking for ideas for the next project.
I really think that my 4-door Cutlass is going to be a really cool sleeper. It's a 4-door Cutlass G-body, that I would love to put like 800 wheel horsepower behind. Or not even 800, like honestly 400 wheel horsepower is gonna smoke fuckers from a stoplight. I don't know. I think anything that's like less appealing to look at, I think is cool. I mean, there's not like really any car in particular because you can make any car fast. It doesn't matter what it is.
Ever dyno tune a blow through carb setup?
Nope.
Can you base map a H series with two-step and crackle pop?
Yep. Everybody wants the crackle tune, bro. You want the popcorn. Everybody wants the popcorn.
Hey man, sorry to tell you now, but I've had a code 10 for IAT, but there's continuity, is that right? Continuity, and volts. What do you think?
Say that again.
Hey man, sorry to tell you now, but I've had a code 10 for IAT.
Who is it? What's his name?
Cesar Hernandez? Cesar? Is this how you say it? Cesar? Caesar? It's Zezar.
Caesar?
Cesar?
Okay.
Cesar? Oh, okay. What do you think?
He has code 10.
Yep.
Which means that the intake air temp is not plugged in, or it's plugged into the wrong spot. So the intake air temp typically is a yellow with red and a green with yellow wire. I think green and yellow, red-ish wires. You might have the power steering switch plugged into the intake air temp, or the idle air plugged into the intake air temp, vice versa. Make sure that you have those plugs plugged into the right spot because Honda...
It also says 1997 Civic with OBD1 GSR.
Yeah, okay, so he probably has the intake air plugged into the wrong spot or something like that. So I would just make sure that your intake air temperature sensor is plugged in to the right spot. And if it is, the wire colors are all what they need to be, then I would make sure that the wire has continuity from the plug to the ECU. Most of the time they do. Sometimes the plug gets frayed. Sometimes the pins inside the plug are a little pushed out, etc. So I would check that stuff. But most of the time, when cars come in with that type of issue, it's plugged into the wrong spot or it's not plugged in at all.
Kevin Johnson said, good morning from the UK.
Kevin! That dude has commented on every single video I've posted.
Ginger Squash said, careful, you can get content claim for the video because of the movie. So my bad if I filmed too much of that video. Just came across your channel yesterday. Your videos had me motivated to finish my Integra I started 10 years ago. You have love the content from A. Wardo.
Hey man, if I can give you a little piece of motivation.
He also says that he loves his Grom. They are the best.
What?
He loves his Grom. They are the best.
Yeah, they are. They're fucking awesome. If you've had your Integra 10 years, if you have the motivation to start working on it again, do it. If you don't have the motivation to start working on it, fucking sell it and get something else that excites you again, because I know for me, if stuff sits around for a while, it's hard to get the motivation to work on it again because you're just so used to it sitting there. You don't want to work on it, you know? But thanks for subscribing or whatever, if you have subscribed or started watching. I appreciate your viewership, and thank you very much.
With the lower amount of injectors you keep having issues with, do you think, or how long do you think you'll keep selling them?
I'm not going to stop. They may be out of stock once in a while. The flex fuels are out of stock right now, and I have 9 sets of 8 right now available, and they're probably, not all of them are going to be sold, but I'm going to actually redo the website to where they're back in stock, and they'll probably be gone within a week if I try to sell them. And that's just the problem, is there's a huge demand for these injectors for obvious reasons, because they work good. I have a set in this car right in front of me. I've used them in countless cars. I have hundreds of sets all over the world, and they work awesome. They're just fucking awesome. They're a great budget injector, and I don't want to stop selling them. As long as junkyards keep getting junk cars in, and I can obtain them, I'm going to keep selling them. So, unless I can find another alternative to a cheaper injector that's around the same price point, it's just not going to happen.
Eddie
Like I
Cardillo.
said, they may take longer for you to get them because of stocking reasons, but I'm still always hunting and always searching to keep them in stock.
Eddie gave you another $5 and said, "Are you interested in PO6 ECUs?"
Hell yeah, dude. You got a PO6, send it my way. Or send it to Jason Waters. Because Jason is the guy that's been doing all my ECUs, because the dude can solder better than the factory.
I know, but is he asking if he wants you to buy them from him if he has multiple? Is that what he's asking?
How many does he have? I'll buy them all.
Okay.
I'll buy all of them if you have them. Yes.
Bro, I'm sure others out here are willing to help you. I have a D16 Z6, probably 550 to 600 horsepower with a simple MSD ignition issue. Maybe just go back to a stock Dizzy.
Before you finish the sentence, he said simple and 500 wheel horsepower single cam. Woo! 500 wheel on a single cam is an accomplishment, not simple in my opinion.
He said Honda's 300 V3. I don't know how to say this other one. Yugo? AEMWB. I will help you with whatever you need. I could work for you, bro. North Carolina.
What?
I don't know.
I'm like thinking about this guy first.
Because this could have, that's the same one.
What do you say?
I don't know. It could have been from what we were saying before. He said, bro, I'm sure others out here willing to help you. I have a D16 Z6, probably 550 to 600 horsepower.
I actually had a guy, he was willing to help me or whatever, and he sourced injectors for me from one of the junkyards that he knew. And obviously, if anybody can give me injectors, it's a huge benefit for me and Christine. I say me and Christine now because Christine is amazing, and she's been helping me fill all these website orders and keep my fucking sanity. But yeah.
Chris gave another $5 and said, I catch them every so often. If something drops while I'm zipping from chai rack and back. Chai rack? Do you know, I feel like I'm incapable of reading, apparently. Like CHI, a little dash RAQ. Yeah, perhaps if we all have free time, I can grab some merch and BS.
What? Okay. Sweet. That works. Christine had a English issue there.
Come here and look at it.
What does it say?
This one?
Oh, Chicago probably.
Oh.
Chicago maybe?
I just hate it because I'm so behind that, like, when we talk about something and then someone comments about it, like, I don't know, like, what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm so far behind on what we were saying before, you know?
I'm sorry. Maybe he's talking about injectors. I don't know exactly what he's
I
talking
catch
about.
them every so often.
Catch injectors?
Because, I don't know, we're talking about, this is Chris, so I don't know. I could have been talking about something else.
Okay. Well, thanks for the donation, man. There's been quite a few donations tonight, guys, and I really appreciate it. I really do, honestly. It's obviously fucking helpful, but I'm not asking for it. And I don't know. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate the support. And I'm sorry about, I wanted to get back to this kind of, the main reason I wanted to make a fucking video tonight is because I've been lacking true enthusiasm making videos lately because I've been working so much. And I want to get back to the days where I'm working on stuff and I'm passionate about it, you know? And it's
Oh, Chris, because you said I didn't know that he watches your videos, and you just say that he catches a few. That's what he was saying.
Okay, okay.
See what I mean? I forget what we talked about before, but thank you.
Yeah. But thank you, man.
But yes,
That's cool.
you should hit my brother up, and we should all get pizza or something.
Yeah, or a mine shaft.
Or the mine shaft, because that's our new obsession. But Eddie gave you another $5 and said, I have a few, I'll get them together and give them to you, the ECUs. He said, no need to buy, your advice and content is priceless. What a gem he is.
Honestly,
Eddie,
man.
you're a gem.
That's really fucking cool. Thank you, man. That's really cool. Just because Honda ECUs are really hard to come by nowadays. You used to be able to find them at the junkyard and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You want to buy a good cheap ECU nowadays, minimum $200. So it's tough to even find a lot of stuff nowadays. So I'd appreciate that highly. I could probably give it to one of my customers or whatever. Thank you. If you're willing to send them in, I'll put it to use.
Derek said, stay strong. I know, I'm right in front of it. Derek said, stay strong, you're growing.
Hey man, I appreciate that too. Obviously, like, while I'm growing, I'm trying to grow in a smart way that doesn't kill me, because somebody had said earlier, like, stress kills you, man, and it's fucking true, dude. Like, I can tell the stress takes a toll on you. It really fucking does. It sucks. Like, I'm trying to do 1,500 things at once, and it's just hard to keep it balanced and still keep my sanity while trying to deal with other people and trying to help other people at the same time. So I appreciate all the support, guys.
Jizz Motorsports says, get a big 80s B-body coupe. That would be hilarious, beating unsuspecting cars.
Yeah, or like a Volvo. Is that a B body? I don't know what B body.
Okay.
Well, like any like old Volvo. I've kind of wanted to build a Volvo for some reason. Like,
Braden Kelson says, future plans at the shop.
I really don't know. We bought the house, and there's a shop next door to our house that the guy's too fucking stingy to sell for a reasonable amount of money. And the shop, literally, the only interest I have in keeping my shop right now is the dyno. And the only reason I go to the shop nowadays is the dyno tune cars.
And the lift.
And
Isn't
the
it?
lift. If I want to use the lift for whatever reason, that's the reason I have the shop. I would love to have a shop with those things closer to home, so I could spend more time there and be more relaxed while I was there, because it's not as easy to be like relaxed and stuff when it's a half hour from home, and you know, I'm not by Christine as much, you know, I'm not you know, kind of in my comfort zone, you could say. I'm at work, and that's kind of how the shop feels right now. I'd love for the shop to be like a place I enjoy being, which I do enjoy being there, but it's always like I want to go there and get home to the place that I love and the person I love.
And the cats.
I want to be around that stuff. You know what I mean? I want to come home to this. I want to be here where I can do the stuff that I you know, do as a relaxing thing, like work on the Groms or whatever. That's another thing with the Groms. Like, the Groms are relaxing to me. You know, they're like a getaway. You know, the shop has been, and that's the thing with cars. They've turned into
A chore.
a job, and they haven't been a passion for me lately, because it's a fucking job, and it sucks. Like, I want cars to be. I want to enjoy doing car stuff, and it sucks because I haven't lately, and I got to figure out a way to enjoy them instead of fucking dreading looking at them.
Michael something else. I don't know how to say his
Michael.
last name. Michael B. We'll call him that. What's up, man? Been watching since the white Silverado extended cab videos. That thing was nasty and motivated me to build a turbo LS setup.
Yep. If all you Honda boys haven't built a turbo LS, you should.
This person's fan says, I have no clue why this is my recommended.
What do you say?
I have no clue why this isn't my recommended.
You random person.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Hit the like button.
And this, Braden
If you're into
Kelson.
car stuff, consider subscribing.
Hey Hunter, I have a B16A installed with a SuperTech double valve springs. Has a bit of a miss on idle. Thoughts?
Check compression. If it's low on compression, it's going to miss. Check the valve lash. A lot of times valve lash, if it's too tight, it'll misfire. Sometimes if it's really loose, it'll misfire. If you have a clogged or dirty injector, it'll misfire. If you have a shitty spark plug, it'll misfire. If you have a weak distributor, it might misfire. But a lot of times, if it's a Honda, it comes down to compression or injector if it's got different injectors in factory. Because the factory injectors, you can't fucking kill them. You can piss through them things and they'll still work.
And then we have this one that says, I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I'm an LS guy and I watch all of your videos, even the Honda stuff. I guess my question is, have you considered any kind of backup plan on injectors so it could help, not hinder?
Yes. You're not being an asshole at all, actually.
And he actually did say a-hole and I didn't just bleep it out.
Yeah, Christine doesn't swear.
Not-
She, won't swear. She's a goody two-shoes. But, yes, I have considered many options for these injectors. For example, one of them was my own custom branded injectors that I bought from China. I worked with a company. Probably about a quarter of them were worthy. The rest of them were complete garbage. It was really kind of a shitty situation. I spent a lot of money trying to figure out if they would be good. They weren't. So I bought a ton of factory GM injectors from a seller on eBay. AC Delco genuine injectors. Spent $2,000 on these fucking injectors, and they're knockoffs. They're not fucking genuine. They're not actually AC Delco. They're dudes pulling my leg on eBay. I got refunded for about a quarter of them.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, and I have to send the rest back to get the rest of the money, which I probably should do, which I haven't done. So I did have those plans to be able to keep the stock, but like I said, they backfired, and nothing performs and flows like a fucking used from the factory GM injector. Like, they just work so good. It's hard to find a replacement for them for the money. So if you can find them in junkyards, it's the best way. It's the only way that I have found that they work good, so.
Cody Rosales.
You tell me when you're burnt, because
Cody Rosales. Do you know him? He
Cody
says,
Rosales.
Squiddy. Hey, I know him. Squiddy?
What?
No, it's a Squiddy.
Squidward. I don't know.
Oh, okay. J. Marco. I don't know. Morning from UK.
Morning.
I like that.
Morning.
I think we're all caught up. I don't think I missed anything.
Well, you ready to go to bed?
Does anyone else have any other?
Because we're not from the UK, it's 90.
What time
here.
is it?
What time is it?
1:15.
We should probably go to bed soon.
Well, I'm trying to get up
It's supposed to
early.
be nice tomorrow, and we want to enjoy the day.
70 degrees.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but we're from fucking Wisconsin, and 70 degrees is like a rare occasion. It's not fucking that nice here. And
Now it's going to be, though, starting this week.
Yeah. But it's the middle of May, and we've had like 70-degree days that I can count on one hand this year.
Murray said it's 2:15 here, so I guess we're just pansies.
Yeah, I guess we are. Fucking
Ooh, it's 4:15 in Australia, says Emma Brown.
Oh, do you know who Makeup and Mary is?
Oh, I love Makeup and Mary. No, it's Mortimer now. She's changed it.
She's from Australia.
She's funny.
Yeah, I even watch her. And I'm not into
She's
makeup.
from Victoria, Australia. Is that a place, right? Victoria, Australia? Did I
Did
I make that up, Emma? I could have.
Did you order a shirt from her?
I ordered a sweatshirt from her. Mortimer.
Did it ship yet?
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited?
I am.
I actually bought that for you.
Technically, I bought it for myself because you owe me money. And you still owe me $50.
Do I?
You do, because remember? Let me think of why. Oh, yeah, because you're going to give me $100 towards this basketball hoop, and I haven't received that.
Oh, it's because it was my birthday present.
A $345 birthday present when my birthday present was, which is not, I'm not saying that. It does not matter. The price does not matter.
Oh.
I was going to, it made it seem
okay.
like it mattered, but it doesn't matter. Okay. 2:15 here in Indiana. You people are up late.
Well, they're like me.
7 a.m. wherever in the UK that he is from. Or she, I guess I should not assume.
What if we were in the UK right now? Would that be cool?
Silver Bullet says it's 2:15 here and I have an event at 10 a.m. Oh, you need some sleep and you're going to need some coffee, sir.
An event?
Yeah, I don't know what that entails.
You going drag racing? Probably going racing. Silver Bullet. Sounds like a race car. Yup.
Brisbane, Australia. I want to go to Australia.
I'd love to travel. I would. My brain doesn't allow me.
Do you have a typed out recipe for the parts needed for a 9-second car?
Yeah, buy an LS, put it in a Fox body,
And get Harley.
put a turbo on it, and put a Harley Terminator on it, and fucking send it.
Oh, your battery's at 10%.
Yeah. So we have like 4 minutes. Let's count down right now. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes left.
It's 6:15 Sunday night in New Zealand. My gosh, all
Sunday night? Sunday night.
Yeah, all these
Holy
people
shit.
in all these different countries.
It's still fucking Saturday here.
I want to hear all these accents.
It's Saturday here.
I love Mortimer's accent. The Australian accent, don't you like it?
Yeah, I do. Fuck if I want to smoke a dart.
How should I drive on a fresh build with a base map?
Oof. Put a wideband in it so you know what the air fuel is, and if it's good, then fucking drive it how you stole it. But I always tell people fresh engine, do like 3 heat cycles, get it warmed up all the way, cool it all the way back down, warm it all the way, cool it all the way, warm it all the way, cool it all the way, and then drive it how you want. And change the oil.
Hunter, we need to see a video of the Grom ripping now with the new motor. No, it's a sponsored car meet type I.
I know, the Grom, I need to post that.
Car Camp said just got done doing subframe connectors. Oh,
Mustang.
that was the one that said that he wasn't trying to be an a-hole, I think, before.
I just got done doing a cage on my car.
How much of your business is injectors?
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know how much money you... Is that what they're saying? Or
Like
how much...
website business or business in general? That's a good question. Website or just website or business in general?
Question for Mr. Tuned. Wanting to get a Grom, should I get an OG or SF? What is SF? What does that mean?
Ours are SF.
Are we gonna die?
Default.
Like, not, that sounded terrible.
You literally just gave me a panic attack.
Oh my gosh.
You just gave me a panic attack.
I meant the phone, not like
So
us.
our Groms are SF. So the SF has like the badass front end, and I think the SF looks better. But the SF has a weaker crankshaft.
If it's charging.
And I feel like is a weaker engine, transmission. It's just a little more clunky.
You should get a monkey.
I should get a monkey. Fucking monkeys are cool. The real thing and the bike. I actually follow a monkey on TikTok. He's called George. Curious George.
Is it Curious George or is that the TV show?
I don't fucking know. I like, the reason I got an SF is because OGs are expensive and I didn't want to buy one that was clapped out. I used the one that was clapped out, so we bought new bikes so we could break them in how we wanted and just, you know, have a fresh slate to work with instead of somebody else's garbage. But OG definitely has a stronger engine and stuff like that, but they're all fucking cool. I like the SF just because of the way it looks. It has the LED headlight factory and just the design of it, the way it looks, I like a little bit better. But and I rebuilt the whole motor anyway, so you know it doesn't matter.
Chris said, buy an LS, duct tape it to a go-kart, and pray to God.
For what?
I don't know.
Chris, your brother's friend?
Yep.
Yeah. I actually had 2 go-karts that I was gonna do some crazy shit with, but you know, there's only so much time in the day. But I would like to do some sort of crazy fucking ballistic fast sketchy shit, because that's what's fun.
Braden says trust. New Zealand has all JDM boy. I'm assuming that's how he said it. Boy.
B-O-I.
I. Right?
Yeah.
At least that's how I said it in my head. And apparently out loud. KJ says, hey, HunterTuned, I need your help, man. So I have a GSR. When I start to drive as normal, the car seems like it doesn't want to go fast. I can kick VTEC, but it is not going fast as how it used to be.
Okay.
Do you need more information than that?
Kinda.
A little more, KJ, a little more.
Yeah, you need to let me know what.
Oh,
okay.
He also said, I'm thinking either speed sensor is going bad or VTEC solenoid.
So VTEC isn't working is what I'm gathering.
Oh, it is or isn't? VTEC.
Was cracking in the house.
It says I can kick VTEC, but it's not going as fast as how it used to.
Yeah, because VTEC's fading away. You gotta know if there's a check engine light for VTEC, it's fading away. Check the solenoid screen. Check the oil pressure of the engine. Make sure the oil pressure is not falling off. Check the air-fuel ratio. You gotta put a wideband in any of these cars and know if the tune is off. Usually, yeah, check those things. Oil pressure mainly. Make sure the oil pressure is solid and it's not going like, it's not tanking when you cross VTEC.
Car cam said 9-second car, go do the 8s for 8K with a 4K budget.
Yeah.
Who is in the DC in the shed? You're going to have to come look at this one. DCIN, the shed.
Dicing?
Come look. Just come look. That one. Oops. Whose is the DC in? I don't know that. Oh, is that back car there?
In the shed. We're in the shed. This is
oh,
it's
is
probably
this?
from people across the world.
Braden! It's a garage, a shed?
They call a garage a shed. Yeah.
I thought someone was like in our shed or something, and I got really creeped out.
No, so this is my
DC. That's in the Integra.
This is my DC. Yes.
The shed. That's fun.
Yeah, we call it a garage, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was super confused.
It is mine. K24.
I do agree with this J guy. He said everything, dude. This was the one who asked about the injectors. He said last live stream you seemed very protective of giving dyno info, so that is obviously very important to you. When you talk about injectors, there is negativity always around it. Just wondering why you still sell them. I agree with that.
Wait. Say that. I want in on this.
Everything, dude. Last live stream you seemed very productive of giving dyno info. Which you did. Very protective. Like you didn't want to give out tips about tuning because blah, blah. So that's obviously important to you. But when you talk about your injectors, there always is a negativity around it. Mm-hmm. So why do you still sell them, he's wondering. Which I agree. You always seem like, oh, I get order after order after order. Which you should be. I know it's stressful, but be happy about it, you know?
So, I am extremely fucking thankful for the amount of support that I've gotten on my website. And I 1,000 fucking % would do injectors full time if I could have the supply. And I'm getting closer to the camera right now because this is a big deal to me. Turn the camera around.
Oh, sorry. I'll just
So
do this.
these injectors right here, I went and sourced myself today. Today only. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of flex style. And we have these normal style, which the normal styles I don't have as many of right now because we filled all these right here. So we filled these orders already because I only have normal style technically available on my website right now because because normally I can't find flex style that easily. I can't find or supply the injectors easy enough. I could spend all day, every day trying to find injectors and I could probably source them and continue to keep them in stock and stuff like that, but I don't want to sell injectors. I don't want to work my entire day to sell injectors. I would love to just sell injectors and have them here all the time because, to be completely honest with you, selling injectors is what paid for my dyno. It's what fucking it pays my rent at my shop. It does, okay, if I...
Oh, this movie's like in this whole thing now.
Hey,
is that
what the fuck
okay?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
The fucking injectors I've been selling for a few years now. I think it's almost coming up on 3 years I've been selling these injectors. Why are you facing over there?
You're still in it,
Oh.
but I just don't have the movie in it.
The injectors are probably 60% of my business. Currently. 40% is dyno tuning.
And so he really does like them. It's just hard to find them sometimes.
Yeah, it's just super fucking frustrating. And I'm saying super fucking frustrating because I'd love to fill these orders every day, nonstop, 24/7, if I had them. But the problem is I can't get enough of them to supply the fucking demand. So that's what's annoying. Because I only want junkyard pullouts. That's all I want because all the other options I've tried and failed with.
So back to KJ's issue. Remember he was saying he was thinking either speed sensor or VTEC solenoid. He also said he doesn't have O2, is OEM, GSR, ECU.
Okay.
It's hard to explain about my issue with the car because when I first drive it last week Sunday, I can kick VTEC and feel all the power, but now it just feels like something's holding back.
Okay.
And the location of the dyno is in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, right?
Fond du Lac?
No, he's asking where your dyno is.
Oh yeah, I'm in Fond du Lac. So this fucking explains. And the thing is with me, I've done Hondas for so long that him saying it's holding back, whatever, I immediately think VTEC is fading, and that's why it feels that way. So check your oil. If your oil level is low, you're not going to have enough oil pressure, like I was talking about, to keep VTEC engaged. Last week it might have worked. You might have beat on it for a couple days, burned off a quart of oil, and now you don't have enough fucking oil pressure or volume to keep VTEC engaged. So fill the oil back up, put some thicker shit in it, and go try it again. That's my word of advice for you. Go check the oil. If it's low, add a quart of like 1540 or some heavy duty diesel oil and go try it again, man. And hopefully your issue goes away. If your speed sensor isn't working, it's also not going to make VTEC work. So you got to fix the speed sensor. You got to make sure your speedo works because VTEC works off of vehicle speed too.
Braden, he's drinking nasty Bud Light. Nasty.
I'm drinking a fucking nasty Bud Light. You're right.
Cheers to you as well, Cody. And you got your Dos Equis. I think that's how you say it, right? Dos Equis? Like Dos X, 2X? Dos Equis? Dos Equis?
What?
The beer. Dos Equis? The 2 X's? Do you know what beer I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Nope. Done with that then. All right, I am done now. Here. I have to pee.
Okay. guys.
I got a couple fuel make it happeners.
Fuel make it happen. That's my screen garage. Is
I
that
can.
Nick?
No, it's car camp.
Okay.
I can send ya.
Hey, you got some fuel make it happeners? Let me know, bud.
I was keeping them for just in case, but I'm tired of them sitting.
Hey, fuck, dude.
Pop the hood on the DC. Braden wants to see it. Just do it real quick.
Hey,
Oil
no,
level
no,
is
no,
full,
no.
says KJ.
Let's not do that. And you can promise me something.
Who, me or
You.
or
Yeah, you. The
or
one behind the
Braden
phone.
or Braden?
You won the- you the one behind the
Sorry,
phone.
I keep doing that. My
You
bad.
guys need to hold Christine accountable to this and let her help me film the video for this car. Because I have half of it done and I need to film the other half. And that'd be a good thing for us to do tomorrow. Maybe. I wish Christine could quit her job and she could just help me. I would fucking love that.
It's been a full day since I started driving it on that day last week. I tried fuel injector cleaner, same thing.
Yeah, check the oil.
He did. He said it's full.
Change it. Put some thick shit in it. Check the VTEC solenoid.
Scott randomly said F800. Does that mean anything? No?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, here. You can,
All right,
I guess
guys.
you could just, why do I keep doing that? It doesn't let me go vertical.
No, it does not. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna post this bitch to the channel.
Well, you have this movie behind it, so maybe you should move over a little bit.
Whatever. Fuck it. If it gets flagged, it'll get yanked off. I'm gonna post it to the channel and
Oh, Arctic Cat. F800, right?
oh yeah, I got an F8. That's a
Well, I said F800. Does that mean anything? And you said no, but then he
Oh,
just said
I-
Arctic Cat.
yeah, I got an F8 sitting back.
Or is it Arctic Cat?
it's I don't
Technically
know.
Arctic because there's a
Kitty
C
cat.
in it.
It's a meow
Okay.
meow.
A meow meow. Okay.
Yeah. So
VTEC solenoid be the only one I have. I feel bad. We should really help him. I have changed the gasket before.
see my fucking dilemma every single day, Christine. You see this dilemma every day. This is exactly why I go nuts.
I
This is
have-
exactly why. No offense, buddy. No offense.
I have
But this is
changed.
why I go nuts.
Shh, I have to pee so bad. I have changed the gasket before, but not clean the whole thing inside of the solenoid.
Clean it.
Clean
the
it.
solenoid. Fucking yeah. Do that.
Braden says, "Remember me." Oh, we'll remember you, Braden Kelson from Australia, Brisbane, right? Let me look. Let me
I'll
look.
follow up to Mary.
Yeah, it's more to Mary. Look her up on Instagram. She's
funny.
funny. More to Mary. Look her up. More to Mary. More to Mary. More to Mary. She's funny.
Tell her HunterTuned.
Ugh.
You're like, who the fuck's this guy? Because my girlfriend watched.
I do. She's a hoot.
Yeah.
I have the F1100 Turbo 350 HP studded
Fuck.
bigger turbo. It's my
Fuck.
baby.
Fuck yeah. I had an orange XF9000 and I sold it. I should have kept it.
Are you kidding me? You hated it for the day you had it.
It just ain't got that raw fucking crisp horsepower like a two-stroke.
Mark says, KJ, just throw the whole car away, bro.
Trade it
Signing
for
off
something
later.
else.
So, okay, we saw our signing off too.
Yeah.
KJ, if you really need help, message Hunter. I'm sorry, but he really needs help. But okay, we're
You
leaving.
gotta check the stuff I talked about, dude. You gotta check the stuff I talked about.
Okay, thank you everybody
Yeah,
for
thank you.
everything.
For all the donations,
For just
everything.
being here.
Yeah, for watching. Fuck yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you. You guys gotta comment. Go comment on a ton of old videos and be like, Hunter and Christine need to live stream more.
And just tell me how much you love Jumanji.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. Have
okay.
a great night and a better tomorrow, guys. Maybe we'll film the Integra video tomorrow.
Ooh, there we go. Tomorrow live stream on the Integra. Be there, be square. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Come over to New Zealand and tune my EG Civic.
Pay me
Ooh.
a ton of money and pay for my trip.
I'll just go to New Zealand. Okay. All right, goodbye. How do I
See ya.
exit
See
out
you
of
later.
this?
Bye. See
Oh,
ya.
sorry,
Okay.
I keep
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Go to
Bye.